This conference will now be
They say as
recorded.
long as there is life, there is hope.
Of course, so
I
yes,
not
so.
complain. How is Lagos?
Lagos is fine. Lagos is
How is Lagos?
beautiful.
I know Lagos. I know you guys have returned to the normal way. Lagos with
At
their
least as
gaga.
usual, people are still going now. We are going now. Even though they said about 60%, but I'm sure that we have more than that. If not 80, 90,
90%.
99. Some
That's Lagos
go
for
to work
everybody.
in and out anyway. Maybe Monday, Tuesday off, Wednesday, Thursday off, like that.
Okay, that's better.
Mm.
As long as they are still paying salary, that's fine.
Abuse. Some are still collecting salary. Some have stopped collecting salary.
That means those ones that stop, they are not going to work with that.
I'm sure. Some of these schools around and some of these low income private ventures, some of them would have dropped their staff.
Even the
That a school around me is not open for at all, at all. And so even when they were unfair, some of them
okay,
don't even pay salary regularly. They pay as money comes in.
yes. Even now, the schools they say if they open, maybe some children will go in the morning, some will go in the afternoon.
Yeah, they have to put
That's the sad
together a,
one.
a modality that will help the students to maintain distancing.
It's not going to be fun.
It won't be
Okay.
funny. Oh.
Okay, let's go. Okay. I think we can. Let's talk about. Somebody raised a question last week after the meeting. I didn't ignore it, but the person is not here. He sent it on the WhatsApp platform. He talk about time.
Okay.
Talk about timing, our time and day. And I've been thinking about
Oh,
it. Even Pastor Samson said it like 2 weeks ago that because the lockdown is over, a lot of people go to work in the morning, caught up in the whole
yeah.
job, they're not able to join us. So I'm thinking, I don't know when we can start, we can push this meeting to maybe in the evening when people comes back from work and relax at home. I'm thinking we that we are regular, we should be the one, we should be the one to make that, should be the first person to talk about that first. What do you think, ma'am?
It's okay. Well, I think for me, whatever time that is decided on should be okay for me. I know that on Sundays mornings I'm not free. That's about the time that at least I know that. But every other day,
No, we can't put it on.
I shall do my
Okay,
timetable
maybe
as
Sunday. Okay,
based on the things I have to do.
okay. We look at maybe Sunday evening or Thursday evening, 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. Maybe after
Uh,
today's class, we come on. We will talk only on the platform.
okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So for
Evening
today, we
time
have some
probably
topics that we have.
at 8 to 9 will be better because for
Me,
some
go.
people that will still be reaching. I said if it's going to be evening, maybe 8 to 9. 8 to 9
8
would
to
be
9.
better.
Okay.
People would have at least returned from work, rested for a while and all that. So
Okay.
at least it's a good time and a quiet time too for family people largely.
Oh, I'm okay. Then we talk. I'm still thinking maybe Sunday will be okay to leave because nobody will go to work on Sunday after church. You can relax at home till in the evening might be good. So,
Sunday is also good.
Mm-hmm.
at least from afternoon, let's say between 12 and 8 o'clock. From 12 to 8,
Some
anytime
people
with that.
they, some people they go. We talk on it, maybe Sunday or Thursday evening.
Most
But
of
some
us
people
do
they
we do online church these days now. So our churches are around
ah
between 8, 9, 9:30, 10,
I
or
forget people are saying people should resume church this weekend though. And Lagos too
and
I'm sure by
Trump
next
has
year when they release the
Trump
interstate, I'm sure Lagos too Lagos will want
Trump
to
has,
follow.
but I
It's
think
people that have
main
it's people that has election in those, on those two has they're having their election.
okay.
So they need all those strategies to win us.
To do mm,
So we look
it's
at it
okay.
later. If they come on time, before we finish, we look at it together. Then we
It's okay.
finalize on the platform later today. Okay, thank you. Okay, so there's a topic that I've been talking about since last week. I shot a video for it. A lot of people have been accusing me. I don't know the answer to it anyway. It's about late marriage in Nigeria. And I'm going to this one we are recording already. So I will later. God will help me locate a good writer. I'm going to even focus more on this topic, late marriage. So I know it affects a lot of ladies, and as in it concerns ladies so much in this side of the world, especially in Africa. And when I say Africa, I'm saying that like 90% Nigeria. Once it reaches some certain age, some ladies find it that they are getting late, getting married. So they quickly rush and just to hang around any man. And I think, and even right now, I don't think people even follow age again. I think they just want to follow peer pressure. Okay, maybe my friend got married at the age of 23, 24, and maybe he has this lucky man that has money, do elaborate wedding, and they too, maybe 3 years, 4 years after, they're like, he might be married, and they're just 27. Yeah? Don't let me say just anyway. They are 27 or 26 or 28. And looking back 4 years at their friend has gotten married, she has two kids now. And they are like, I think before, I think it was 30 years or 32, lady will start saying, menopause no day, I'm getting late. They start going to okay, fire like that. But now, I think it has taken a new turn, and so most people, I don't know. I don't know who set the age. I don't know who set the age limit. I don't know who set that. I don't know. So I want to throw the question: when exactly will you consider late marriage for anybody, both male and female? But most especially, let's talk about female first. When do you think is late? When do you think it's start saying, putting that or something for a lady, and why? Is anybody with me?
Okay. If I'm to come in here, I think some of these things have to do with our society. It has to do with our society, the way we look at things, our values, our cultural behaviors, and all those stuff. Then the little I know medically, it is. I read some time ago that it's good for a woman to at least have given birth to children before
Okay, Bola went was not offline. So, Ayode, anything about that? You want to say one or two things before we have her back?
I believe it's the society that makes it feel that way, majorly. If the society
Yeah,
is
society.
prayer from,
I lost my
yes,
network.
majorly.
Yeah, we see that
I
you lost
lost
your
my net.
network. Yeah, you're
Can
welcome
you hear
back.
me now?
Ayole is saying we
Okay.
can hear you. Ayole is saying something. Maybe she wants to hold on for you. I don't know. Ayole,
Okay.
Yeah,
will you hold on for? Okay, all right. Thank you. All
I
right, you
will
are
hold
saying
on for.
something. You said, okay, okay. She's holding on. She's going to hold on for you. So, Miss Bukola, you said medically, and there is a
Yeah,
particular age. That is where
medically
we
it is
lost
said that
your line.
when you give birth before age 32, or at least around that time, about that time, you are stopped, or at least giving to birth to the last child you will want to give birth to, that it's good. And also it helps you to be able to raise your children at least within the framework of a time when you are still very much active and all that. And some by extension will tell you 35, so I'm sure that possibly because of some of this information going around online, our exposure to some of this information tend to put some people at um, an edge, and want to make them, put a kind of pressure on them to get married by all means before that age and give birth to their children. Okay. For me, after I
Okay.
read that those years back, I was already married, I think, at about the time I came across that information. And I was just like, okay, any child we give birth to, at least at about that age, I don't want to be 32, say, before I finish giving birth to my children. You understand? That, well, I know that there
Yeah.
are people who give birth later on, much later. But for me, I just told myself that, well, since I'm already in marriage, what stops me from giving birth to
Okay, we lost
the children
Mrs.
I want to
Bukola there
have
again.
before that
Okay, we
age,
are back.
and then letting go? So, but at least we did that. We did that for the first three children until later, about 5 years later again, another pregnancy just showed up. You understand? And will I now go and abort the baby
Yeah.
because I had made up my mind not to have
I
any
mean,
other
I mean
child?
that is
We had the
about
baby,
35
and she's doing
plus.
well now. She's about 9, even a little
You're
above that.
talking about 35,
And
above 35. Wow.
yeah, so, and at least it wasn't funny carrying pregnancy again after I had zeroed my mind that at least I was not expecting a baby anymore. But at least I still went through it, and God saw me through. So I just want to say this, that we people will have to like broaden their mind, their understanding, their horizon, to know that life uh, has different
Mhm.
sides to different people, and we should be able to live our lives first as an individual before you start attaching anything to it. You should be able to value yourself as a person. Whether I'm married or I'm not married, will I still be able to live a fulfilled life? Because if you also look at it in, and people, because they even get married, they could not fulfill their purpose. So if we see things in those angles, I think it will help our ladies or our men to just relax and take things easy with themselves and with others too. And then it seems in our society we tend to prioritize what people will say about us than how we feel about ourselves. We prioritize what people say about us than what we feel about ourselves, and even what we want for ourselves. And because of that, we are unable to live our lives to the fullest. So we are just living another man's life. We are living to please other people rather than being a
Pleasing ourselves.
pleasure to ourselves. Let me just stop here so that others too can contribute. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am, for that. All right, so okay, you need to go because you need to attend to that baby crying. Okay, welcome everybody. Let me start it all over again. Mr. Dixon, I see you. John Bison, you are welcome. And Mr. David Otitokoro, good morning to everybody in the house. Ayole, before you go on, let me quickly introduce the topic to the new people that just joined us. And I'm thanking God they are men. So, and this issue has to deal with both female and female, male and female too. Okay, guys, we started today with a question about late marriage. I hope you can hear me. Late marriage. So, what we are discussing is what at what particular age will you start feeling that I'm getting late in getting married? What age? And who set the standard that okay, at this particular age, I need to by fire by force, I need to get married. I will make some example like for ladies, most ladies, I, I think before it was age, but now I think maybe due to peer pressure, maybe one girl, maybe one of the girls from the member of their crew got married to a rich man, maybe at the age of 23, 22, 24, thereabout. And in the next 3, 4 years, she already have like 2 kids. That's about 27, 28. And this lady is looking at God. My friend is now with 2 kids. I'm not getting younger again. She start putting some pressure on herself. At what age would you say late? This thing is actually getting late, and what causes it? What brought about those things in that? Because we know everything in life has advantage and disadvantage. So Mrs. Bukola talked about medical aspects, where a female at the age of 32, 35, she should have been done with childbearing and stuff like that. So before the men comes on, I can see Dixon, Mr. Dixon, Mr. David and John. Ayole, you were saying something. Ayole, can you please on your microphone? You want to say something before when the line was off then? Okay, we can hear you.
All right, good morning, everyone.
Good
I was
morning,
saying
welcome.
the society is one of the major reasons why most people rush into marriages. Sometimes the parents, majorly society, your peer pressure, your friends. My friends are married. My parents are saying I should go and marry and all that. It's one of the reasons why so many ladies rush into early marriage. And some feels medically like Mrs. Bukola said at the age of 35. But one major thing I see is either of these things, either parent or anything, are you fulfilling purpose? Are you fulfilling purpose in that marriage? Because so many people are married but they are not happy. That's why we have a number of divorces cases all around. So my own thought is one major thing is know yourself, know what you want for your life. People will always marry. Everybody will always people we're in a competitive world. You want to be better, you want to look like your friend, but you can't be your friend. It is a personal thing. Decide, have that decision. For instance, me, I remember when I was 27, then my mom was like, "Go settle down." And I'm like, "Hello, this is not the next thing for me. Yes, you want the best for me. I'm not disputing that fact. But really, there's a certain goal I've set ahead of me. Have I achieved it? Is marriage the next thing to do? No. So I think it's individual perspective, because I feel to some extent nobody should rush into what you are not really ready to do, because they won't live in that marriage with you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Those are ladies' thoughts on this issue. So I will quickly move to the men now, and I'm going to start with Mr. Dixon. So Please, Mr. Dixon, open your microphone. Why I give some instance? When it comes to men, we know, like you people have said some things about friends. Sometimes, like in mastermind in our business class, there's something we call circle. That
Black
if you want to
Moses,
go far,
Black Moses,
good
please, I don't
morning.
want to cut you short. But please, pass the question to the next,
Okay.
to another person. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I'm still explaining it anyway. Don't worry. I will pass the question to anybody. So what the thing is in mastermind class, in business class that we do every Tuesday 9 a.m. like this, there is something we call friends circle. That if you want to go far, if you want to do something, you show us your friends, people that you are moving with, or if you are in a particular level, let's see the people around you that surround you. Those one will motivate you to get to the next level. They will actually push you. Like the Oba will say, or they say, show me your friend, I'll tell you who you are. I think that helps in terms of business and people actually push themselves. If you see your friends that he's gotten a job, you too will be striving to get a job. Your friend buys a car, you too want to strive and get a car. All those one looks good because it's business and it's normal in life. Now, but when it comes to marriage, we try to kind of change it from the two people that have said something. We try to change it that don't follow friends too. But when it comes to business and your friends are making money too, that not that you don't have the money, you guys have money, your friend buy a car, you to look at okay, it's time to let me to get a car, you go and get the car. Now your friend married, you relax. You said, when it's my time, I don't want to rush. Yeah, we know marriage is different from business because it's like life partner. So in this sense, you're not trying to shift the topic, try to maybe dodge away from it. Even as a man, even parents too, if all your friends are getting married, if you look at it and start questioning your potency, like, come on, what is happening? Guy, are you sure you are all right? Are you sure you are okay? What is going on? So I'm sending the question back to one of the men in the house, and I want to see. Let me see who wants to go next. Mr. Dixon wants to dodge this question, but he won't dodge it. But I will call him later. So let me throw it to Mr. David. Mr. David, good morning. If you can hear me, Mr. John, I'm coming to you. Mr. David, I want to dodge this question. You're already me trying to dodge my question this morning. Mr. David, on your microphone, we are waiting for you. I want you to come from the main perspective. Why? What do you have to say about late marriage? What's the age limit for man?
Yeah, thank you. Good morning,
Finally,
sir.
they open their mic.
Thank you, sir. Good
Good
morning.
morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Good
everybody.
morning. People are running away from question this morning. You will pay fine. People think Mr. Dixon is going to pay fine for me this morning.
I love your question, this discussion very well this morning, because
Okay,
life
sir.
life is when just like when somebody has two or three blind people to touch an elephant. So some touched the leg and they said they asked the person to describe how elephant is, and he said elephant is so. Some touched the ear, some touched the horn. So everybody described it as the area they feel. So likewise, in terms of deep life, everything we can describe things according to our perspective. When we call late marriage, there is late. We can say there is late marriage, yes, but before we can say today we should not rush into marriage because of our friend are doing it, because my brothers are calling. Just like sister said, that they can push you to it, but they are not the people that will be living it for you. It's a reality. After
Yes, true.
it's your show. To me, some things that I believe that we must look into before we can say we want to get married. The number one is maturity, which is the most. Are we mature enough to handle the situation? Maturity in terms of the mentally maturity. Are we capable to handle the discussion? Are we dependent enough? Can we live without our parents' advice anymore? Ṣé a lè ṣe gbogbo àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyẹn láìsí pé òbí wa ló ṣe ń bá wa intrude sí mátà ilé wa? Are we dependent enough? If that one is there, tí o ṣe pé I want to do something, my mom is telling me this is how you will do it. Or my parents, just like a situation of somebody you discuss on the platform, that the in-law say you should go and pregnant before you can marry, and at the end of the day they change the plan with you. So the man to be mature enough, you must know that maturity must be there. That one. Number two, the financial aspect. Today, Yorùbá sọ pé àwọn Yorùbá sọ pé owó ló ń ṣègboro. That money is very is needed. Even love is very scarce without that money, because today, if you want to marry 100 women, 100 ladies at a go, provided you have money, you can see the type outside that you can. What they need is money. Then after that, maturity, our age. Though it's very good to marry very at early age so that we can do everything. But if you see the greatest people in the Bible, sir, you will know that many of them, God don't do things by age. God don't move with us with our own plan. God promised Abraham that he will be the father of the nations, and at the age of 99, he is yet to have a child. And God is saying you will be the father of the nation. And Sarah was even 80-something years old. If it is now children that God wants to use to be the father of the nation, that means they are failing already. And at the end of the day, you see they only have one Isaac. So I go to Orioke there sometime. Then the Baba Abiye, he said he used to have now he now said Omotobi at the age of 60 years. The man that the Baba Abiye said that he have at the age of 60 years, òun ló celebrate òkú bàbá yẹn jù nígbà tí bàbá yẹn kú. Àwọn tó ti kọ́kọ́ bí tó ti ṣe gbogbo yẹn, all of them are there, but nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ try láti sọ ni pé God don't move with our plan. You see Sarah, Rachel and Lee, when God when Lee was giving birth to people, Rachel, but at the end of the day, you will see that none of the Rachel or none of the Lee's children were even recognized in the Bible. But God used the late years of old late. Look at the another issue of there is another one in the Bible said Samuel. So at times you may late, but God may do what is very wonderful for you. So to me, late marriage is according to your knowledge and according to our timing, what we believe. But in women, there are certain age that when women get to, they may not have they have a menstrual.
Okay, we lost Mr. David here. Okay, maybe I lost. Oh, I lost your last.
Mr.
Okay,
David is
yeah. Okay, okay, he's back. Anyway, hey, okay, it's like Mr. Dixon wants to say one or two things. Now you on your mic.
Yeah.
Are you ready to go?
I wanted to check if I'm the one out or is Mr. David out. He's the one out. Anyways, just to chip in, you know, I just like to, I don't like to be argumentative, but that's how people try to see to, I mean, some people try to describe me in some places, but some people have a full understanding of it. And that's why I will still go back to what Mr. David said when he said at the age of 99 that Abraham had no issue. It's not a correct position because at the age of 99, Abraham already had Ishmael. He had Ishmael. Ishmael is 7 years older than Isaac. What Abraham did not have at 99 is the promised child, the promised Isaac. Just that's by the way, but I like to correct notions so that we have clarity at all times. And regarding what we are discussing today, there is no late marriage for men, to be honest with you. There's no late marriage for men, and for women, it can become late if the woman still want to give birth child. Hello, am I in?
Yeah, we are with
Yeah, we are
you.
with you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
So
with
for men, for women, there is no late marriage, but if the woman expects a child, then there's a late marriage. If you go to Western cultures, you see that women are getting married at the age of 50, 60. There are even different dating sites that only serve adult or matured citizens. And here we're talking about over 60 years of age, and they indeed go to court and get married. So there is no late marriage. But you see that in some of, because I'm a developer, so I see that in some of these sections, they ask the intending user that, do you want to have a child in your relationship? Some of them will pick no, they don't want. Some of them will pick yes, maybe. So all these things are real values that happens in the real life. So there's no late marriage, especially for man. It boils down to individuals if you want to get married or not. I have friends who have 6 years old, 7 years old children, child, and children. But that does not push me as a person to to be desperate for marriage, because I I do not feel why I really need it that badly. So it's when you need it, you would know. And if you look at the creation of marriage in the first place, the marriage was established according to what the gospel is teaching us, that the marriage was established, number one, to curb fornication or adultery, whatever the case may be, and also to multiply, to have offspring. you know but then it's not just to brag, but I think I have done all of my own, let's say, fornication, adultery many years ago, and I have finished everything. It's like they give me one tank and I've drank all the water. So it's I don't have any urge, no sexual urge, nothing. So, and when you talk, no, I'm telling you the truth. When I work day night, so I'm in love with my work, and that's what I do most of the times. And when you talk about offspring, I think somewhere somehow the Lord has blessed me with a child somewhere, and so I mean I'm not in a rush for. So it just boils down to persons like what's up with you and what's up with the other person. Let me just stop there. So there's no one rule for all for an age to get married or when it begins to get late, except in a woman when they will stop these menstrual cycle and they're unable to get pregnant again. So yeah, I'm
okay.
done.
Thank you, everybody, on this note. And yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I'm coming back to Mr. David. He makes some point, but before then, let me quickly open the line for Mr. John Bisong. Mr. John Bisong. Do you have anything to say on that note before we move to the next topic? Okay, while we are waiting for you to on your mic. So Mr. Davis said something very funny to me. He said something about money, which I won't question it for some reason. I might even question it for other reason. He said if you have money, yeah, we want to have money. That if you have money, I don't want to change the topic. He said if you have money, if you can go out there and get any woman you want. Ah, I don't know whether that one is true or not. Oh. If it is true, I don't know if you
I
can get
think it
anyone you
meant,
want.
I think it meant you can get the one that wants you for the money you have.
Yeah, I want it for the money you have. Then that means if
Those
you have
are
money as a
those,
man, you
those
can
that fall for it.
marry at any time.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, I get what he was trying to say there. That if you have money, even at the age of 55, you can get married to a 22 years old girl. All of us, not everybody could be or share money. Okay. Thank everybody for your contribution on that note. Mr. John, we are still waiting for you to on your mic. Okay, you are just joining up for the first time. They see a microphone logo in front of you. Just press it and push it on. This is Ayeni Olubukola. You are welcome. You are late. We finished one topic. We want to go to the next topic. We finished topic about late marriage, and a lot have been said about that, about age, society, friends, peer pressure, and how to handle it. The main thing is how to handle it. Like from the what we said now, it's not about age limit or stuff, but how to handle it. Yes, for female, we medically it's about 32, 35. But in case you have delay, because I have a female friend too that right now she's over 42 and said that she's over 42 and she's still not married and she still want to marry. So, and I believe by the right time she got married, she's going to have her own children too by God's grace. So I think, and I can't say it's like, we can't say it's maybe was some kind of miracle. Yes, maybe it might be miracle, but God is not sleeping, and it's not that she's not fine or she doesn't have money or something. I know that she's bad, she's not good looking. So, and like Mr. David said earlier from your point about using Abraham as an example, I think I died in 99. Ishmael, what his name was, 7 years plus. But if you minus 99 from 99 minus 7, that's about 90 years old. So even at that age, how many people they live longer now to that age in the world right now? Few people, and it's only God that can help us. So the next topic we want to talk about right now for the new people that are just joining us, if you still don't understand the late marriage, we record the line we're discussing has been recorded, so we will send it later on to everybody to go back and listen to it. If you have any topic, any question, you can ask us. Yeah, we want to talk about a friend of mine was arguing yesterday about equality in relationship, and she posted something on Facebook about she tried to yab the men, and I was fighting her that no, we don't think like that. He said, why do we think women are the one that's supposed to be in the kitchen? And they said for the men that thinks women should be in the kitchen, and when your wife is in labor, you want a female nurse or a female doctor to attend to your wife. And I was questioning her, and I was saying, no, you can't. Profession is different from home home job. Like what we our what we should do in the house. She has to argue that with me that sometimes men too should enter kitchen and do that. There is nobody that is meant for kitchen. And I say, well, I'm coming to my house this morning. I will throw it open for the people to advise us, because we know we have single people here that are trying to get married to, both female and male. And this is another opportunity for us to learn and to change some of our mindset, our mentality, or what we think is not right in our own side. Equality in relationship. The kitchen belongs to men or women. What are your thoughts on this? What's your point on this issue? Equality in outside in marriage. Anybody wants to go first? I'm dropping the. I don't want to call name, but let me go back and call name for the new ones that are joining us so that we can hear their voice. Mrs. Ayeni, if you can hear us, you know how to handle your microphone. Yeah, let's have you.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, everyone. I'm sorry I came late. I had issues with my phone. I just fixed it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, thank you. Now, I want to talk about the topic you just raised.
Okay.
There is no law. I've not heard that there's a law that says only women should be in the kitchen. I've not seen it. And
Okay.
yes. The Bible says we are helpers. We are helpers. Both men and women should know how to cook. They should learn it. Because some men claims that they don't know how to cook, they can't do this, they can't do that. We didn't learn all these things from the womb. Because when we get up, that will start learning all those things. If a man is saying, I don't know how to cook, who taught him how, how to make love to his wife? So we get to this world to learn all those
Wow.
things. We're helpless.
See where
We
you
should learn
see
how
where
to
you carry
make
see where you carry matter go now.
we should learn, men too should learn how to come to the kitchen and see what women are facing. Yes, because there's no law that says only women should cook. I've not seen it. I don't know, maybe there is, but me, I've not heard. So that's my point.
Thank you. See where you carry matter go na. Small question we be raise now. You don't vex on this matter na. Okay, oh, thank you for your point. I know, I'm just joking. It's noted.
It's better noted though.
Oh Lord.
Thank you, Mrs. Ayeni.
So are you supporting her? Let us know now whether you are supporting her.
To an extent, maybe to just add to what she has
Hello,
said.
Mrs. Bukola. Are you supporting her?
I
Okay.
support her to an extent, not 100% though, because the truth is that
Okay.
our society tends to define things for us, but we as individuals should be able to redefine certain things. And if it is not wrong for a man to eat, I don't see what is bad in him knowing how to cook. Especially when you now even get married and then your wife cooks a particular food you don't like, you should do a better version of the cooking to at least teach the wife and let him know that of course you are ahead, right? My husband does good cooking and I appreciate it. In fact, I enjoy his meal whenever once in a while that he cooks for the family. Not because he cannot cook. Some men don't even know how to do it. That is the annoying thing there. And even when they now know it, they believe that it is the responsibility of the woman. And sometimes you even now have women that are working, the husband too is working. Sometimes the woman's work may be even more stressful than the man's own. And the housework too is left only for the women. So I think if actually it is a help indeed, we are meant to complement each other, then the compliment should always come in and out. But because our society has somehow
Okay.
defined the men as the no kitchen stuff, the provider, I appreciate that they earn the money, we help them to spend it, and all of those. So but I think on the general note, there should be no basis for competition. Wherever you fall in your marriage, please accept it, celebrate it, and appreciate it. Where you can make amends, do, and where you cannot, allow things to be. That's about the aspect I feel I should chip in there. Thank
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. Let me rephrase my question, and I want to argue with two of you. Then I will leave the microphone to Dixon, Mr. Dixon, to come on board. I want to argue with two of you, yes, on that topic. Maybe you're not getting me. I'm talking of equality in relationship, in marriage, whether in marriage or relationship. Now, you, I think, yes, our society might define the role of a woman like you should be in the kitchen and stuff like that. But I want to quickly add this. If a man knows how to cook sometimes, as in the man really know how to cook, now I think is a red alert for the woman. Oh. That means the woman has to be better in cooking. Because if your man knows how to cook, bene, your food might not taste good in his mouth. That is just ayaba. So you need to be careful when you're saying this man should know how to cook. In anything man handle, they will handle it to the last. And when you're the next one to cook, tí ó bá dùn lẹ́nu ẹ̀, wàhálà bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn. We say you don't know how to cook. Iyọ̀ ti já kíní jù. And the woman will start complaining that kí ló dé, kíní kan kíní kan. So on that note, when he's saying equality in all these things, I think yes, our society defines some things for us. But let's look at it this way. I think we are trying to shift this thing because of Western world and exposure. I think even women in Nigeria that I know, that I go up, why is it that anytime you want to get married, even before you get married, the things you buy for the house, for the husband you are going to meet, number one thing you are taking care of is pots and stuff like that. You will want to buy pots because automatically, I don't even think it's society. I think just when you are born, as you are growing up, you see your mom in the kitchen, you just find out that okay, I'm supposed to know how to do this thing. It's pots that you people will buy and say, this is my pots, my cutleries, all those things. I see how the lady last year that she said she has to go and buy. She's not married now, but she don't buy pots down. She has to, as she moved to a new place from her parents, she just rented an apartment, which I know. And she said, she wants to go and borrow pot from one of her friends, don't think low pot there, that she don't want to touch that pot till she got married. I say, hey, voila, deal. Now, I can't be driving a car and have a flat tire and expect my wife to come down and change the tire. That is what I'm trying to talk about, that equality in relationship, not just in marriage now. So likewise, when we get home, expectedly, I expect the woman to go to the kitchen and cook. And even in Nigeria at night, I can't expect my wife to go and put the generator. Those are some of the equality that I'm trying to push down this point that I want us to understand, and you can come up with your own too. So when you are saying I should know how to cook, I should know how to, will a woman now say she wants to learn how to change tire? So when we are driving on the, when we have flat tire, I will just sit back. My wife will be changing tire. People will be looking at say, she didn't have it changed her last month when we have flat tire. So it's your turn to change it today now. So because we are trying to push the kitchen now, the cooking now. Not that we cannot help once in a while, but when, because the world we are going right now, because of our exposure and education, women are trying to push this, most of this thing now. They want to say 50-50, feminist. And before you talk one, they say, feminist, blah, 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 blah. So these are just my thoughts anyway. I don't think I'm right, but if I'm right, I want to have somebody to support me. Mrs. Bukola, off your
Please,
microphone,
I
off
want
your
to say this.
microphone. Let this thing talk. I want one man to talk now.
Let me just say
So
this
you now
so that it can be balanced alongside. That while we
okay,
say
talk.
there is no basis
Since you're on your microphone, go
your
ahead,
wife,
man.
if your wife, if your wife has the power, has the knowledge of
See now,
changing
so
tires, and
see,
she
they
feels
want
like
to fight
doing
two
it,
people now on my phone.
can she assist you? Of course she can, because today we have so many things that are coming up, and people want to just be knowledgeable in different areas of life. So if the woman is actually knowledgeable in that aspect, or she's even a female mechanic, for instance, can't she do that? And if she also goes out with her own vehicle and the thing breaks down, will she have to call you from home to come and change her tires on the road? I think she should be able to do that herself if that is her area of strength too, and she's knowledgeable about it. So if we
She
try
looks
to look at
a
it
guy.
as on a narrow,
Excellent in dating.
may not be
There's
able
no
to
knowledge.
arrive at
Hello, please.
No, we don't have to
I
arrive at any point today. We can shift the topic. We can finish. We shift it to next week.
Please
Wait,
let
till
me
I'm
add
coming.
my
No,
own.
you people want to
Let me
fight
add
me.
my
Wait,
own
see.
to
Tire. When you
everybody.
talk of tire, you said what? I didn't get you.
Let me add my own, please. Talking
Okay,
about
add
changing
your own.
talking about changing tires. Me, I can do it because I like to learn new things. I like to know things. I can do it. The issue of gen, only generator, I can on my gen. When my gen is overflowing, I know what to do. I can change plug. I can do all those things. So there is no work that is limited to a man or a woman. We should know how to do all those things. I have an auntie. She can fix tires. She can do anything in her car. If her car is faulty, she will lie under the car and do things. I will just be looking at her. Even what the husband cannot do. So if all those things they works together, we should just learn how to do
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I talk about equality. Like we don't like you can't. I understand your point where you these women are coming from this morning. You people are here again this morning. What I'm saying is, it's just equally normal. It's just on the norms. Yeah, if you are driving your car on alone, if you have a flat tire, you can come down and change it. If you know how to change it, even though you know how to change it, sometimes kind of dress you wear will not allow you to even do it properly. If you just look for a guy or a mechanic, roadside mechanic to help you change it and pay him. But what I'm saying, what in time of you and your husband are driving, because you know how to change tire now, and your husband cooked food last night because of all this thing that is going on is 50-50. Now your husband now relax and say, okay, oh, it's your turn to change tire this morning. Come and change the tire. I'm just saying that this tire changing, just an example, is a tedious work. It's not a simple work. Yeah, you could have knowledge of changing it, but the time of rolling the tire, putting jack, all those things, and it's heavy. You can change it at home. Maybe you just wear a trouser, you change it, your wife can change. But along the line, along the road, when you're driving, you now change it. Men too will be looking at your husband like, see, boy, he's just slave me, Yahweh, or something like that. That's Mr. Dixon. Please save me from these women.
Is
I
hello.
know it's okay now. They've been having good points as for a while, and everyone has been saying something that has been fair enough. The thing is, I know feminism is reigning, and some homeless women are promoting, that feminism and destroying people's family. Because some stupid women are there eating whatever garbage is being spilled out of these homeless women. First thing is, if you look at the Bible says a wise woman, a wise woman. So a wise woman, you understand these things by default. Number one, a wise woman will understand the society, the culture. So you want to marry an African? I know a lady that we were dating about 3 years ago. I think I was going to marry her anyway. And that 3 years ago, I broke up with her, and I just didn't even tell her. I just let her go because of these stupid things she was. And I'll be like, where you grow up from? Not be Nigeria, then boy, where you grow up. You don't watch American film, as in stupid things that they will say. By default, you should know some things. See, I tell you one thing for sure. Thinking about food is not easy. Not that provided the money, but thinking about what you will eat in the morning, in the afternoon, in the night. How do make the diet balance? It's not easy. It's going to take a lot of time. I've done it before. I've lived alone for a very long time, and I can tell you for sure, I eat outside all this time because I cannot cook. It affects on my productivity. The time I'm supposed to use to focus on things that bring in money, I use this time to focus on cooking in the kitchen. What if I get someone to help me? At the time, what I began to do to go and buy soup in bulk, put it in the freezer. I add microwave, just put it in the microwave, and I just eat. And then it's outside Nigeria anyway. There's an African kitchen, African restaurant anyway. I just buy African soups and I stock them so that
Yeah.
I have enough time to focus on my job. I mean, to focus on things that bring in money. What if I now have someone who is my helpmate, who can help me with the balance? You see, we grew up looking up to our mother for food, right? And our father also, despite that he's
Yeah.
bringing in the money, he goes up looking up for to his wife for food. Okay, if I grew up in this kind of family, what do you expect me to do? To now expect that I will be the one going to the kitchen every day. By default, a man like me who grew up in such a family setting, we expect to get married to a wife that understands that you are mama for the house. You are mama for the children, you are mama for me too. Because when I'm hungry, mommy, I'm coming to you. Forget that you are my wife. And I forget I'm the one bringing the money. You are in charge of our food. Our food is our life. Without food, we are going to die. We are looking up to you. That does not mean that I cannot come into the kitchen and help you out with one or two things. And the peak is I was telling this lady, like, okay, what if we just get some helpmates to help do the, not only food, also the chores, the domestic. I know, all these people. I was like, oh, this much stupid. I cannot get married to a stupid woman. Okay, you cannot cook. Me, I'm not ready to do because I've tried it and I see that it's burning my time. So now let's take in a house help to help us do that, and you think that is even what is wrong with you? What are you thinking? So you need to understand the culture. You need to understand the society. See, there is a reason most looks good on men and does not look good on women. So there are things that you don't just go and you want to start pulling out to do it because you know how to do it, you want to pull it, or because you know how to carry big loads, from the floor to the wardrobe to the top of the wardrobe, and your husband is there, yeah, he can do all the heavy liftings, all the, when I was in the university, when we were studying geology, I saw some ladies. I told them, like, babe, this job that we're doing, it looks masculine. I mean, see how many times now you don't they get muscle, you don't they broad for shares. This one not be for being a share, it's not the get muscle. So there are certain things that looks good. There are certain things that look good with the women, and women should just stop being stupid and hitting every vomit of homeless women who goes on media parading themselves as activists, telling people that you are enslaved. Who tell you that you are enslaved? Okay, you say you love this man, and why don't you just have an understanding together? And why do you have to listen to stupid women out there and say that, okay, it's my right, we have equal rights? You and who? Okay, if you say you don't want to cook, look at your society. 1,000 of women are around the corner, especially if he's a kind of woman that focus on making money and is really making it. 1,000 women are out there who wants to cook for him morning, in between morning and afternoon, in between afternoon and evening, then evening. Even they wake him up in the night that, do you want to eat night food, as in 1 a.m., that I'm ready to cook for you. So these things are there. Look around you, and you just apply wisdom, and maybe you get ahead. This is my point.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Dixon. That's the word I've been trying to use by
Mr.
default.
Dixon, Mr.
Even when
Dixon.
if I'm coming, I'm
Yes,
coming.
this is well, I
I
agree
know
to
what you want to hold on. Yeah,
Mr.
yeah, the choice of the word you use, because we are recording the word stupid. That's it. That's it. I'm coming to that. Sorry to
no,
all the
no,
ladies for
no,
that word. I mean, he's not trying to attack
no, no. I'm not
me.
talking to
No,
the
yeah,
women here.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
talking to
yeah.
the women there, and I'm talking
Yeah,
to
I know,
women in the world who
I know.
are really stupid. I mean, call a spade a spade. That's it.
Our recording is going on YouTube, so we don't want YouTube to censor our
Yes, I should,
recording.
I should, I should do
Yeah,
something
so
else.
y- yes, yes, yes. Yeah. What I want to tell everybody that's listening now, that's the word I've been trying to use, that by default. We were born in Nigeria. By default, we know that by default, a boy should do this one. When it comes to some certain play, when you're even playing as a young girl or a young boy, you know that this play, even if your girl, your daughter is playing, I say, why are you doing like a man? Why are you playing rough play like a boy? So there are sometimes it's like, you know that by default it is meant for man, it is meant for woman. I quickly, because of our time, Mr. John Bison, can you say can you just say good morning just for us to hear your voice?
Good morning. Actually, I've been trying to understand how to use this very app. No, this is the first time I'm joining this meeting. So I have
Yeah, that's why
been
I say we
listening.
should just say something.
Okay. About cooking. Cooking is not just left for the woman alone. You understand? What actually sparks the
Yeah.
romance in marriage is the ability for the man to know how to assist his woman. times where
Don't
she does.
go to
Hello,
romance now. That's next.
hello, sir.
That's next week. That we are hearing you. That's next week. That's next week topic. We are with you. We are with you. Go ahead.
Okay, so it will be on the advantage of a woman that probably gets married to a man who knows how to assist her, especially in the kitchen. Like from my own family, every weekend we share and divide our chores. I and my dad will equally go to the market, and our mom will be at home. You get, because at times my dad might particularly want to eat a particular kind of food, and he knows that okay, since he can cook as well, and probably my mom has already done the stew and all of that for us, we come back home and make the food for him. You get, so that alone made them to understand themselves that okay, as a man who can cook, it gives you a comparative advantage, because that alone adds more value to your marriage and romance as well. So I think, let me just end there for
Okay.
now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. John, for that small input. Now that you know how to use your mic, next week you will quickly come on board. Yeah, Mrs. Ayeni and Mrs. Bukola, thank you.
Thanks to Mr. John too.
Do you have wanted to say? We have like 5 minutes to go. I just want you to drop for 30. I want to drop something for 30 seconds.
If I'm to compare what Mr. Dixon and Mr. John said, you discover that the truth is that there is no basis for competition. That if that is settled, then the fact remains that anybody can, stand in to do anything in the family at any time, as long as you have a strength, as long as you're at an advantage at that particular point in time to do it. I don't see anything wrong doing it. Not that one person will not insist you must do this one insists you must do that. By default, our society has spelled out our various responsibilities as individuals, as a male, as a female. And then you now discover that sometimes the men suffer it, especially before they get married. Those who don't know how to cook, for instance, they have to go and eat out, not even knowing what the person that is cooking the food they are buying with their money has used to prepare those food, and they have to eat it because they don't actually have a choice. So if you know how to cook, of course you will
Okay.
be able to make a choice and make a very good one. Those are some of the
Thank
loopholes
you.
that
Thank
we
you.
should
30 seconds.
take out in our relationships. Thanks.
Thank you. Mrs. Ayeni, 30
I will just
seconds.
add.
We will continue this topic next week. We'll link it to romance.
I will just add that you should not lie too much responsibilities on the woman alone, because it's not easy. Sincerely, if we are to look at it, women too goes to work. The morning they come back in the evening, cook, take care of the children, all those things. You should also consider them. Because if you are saying the time that man should be using to be cooking, women too thinks on how to make money, not only men. Because there's no way a man can satisfy a woman financially. You can just try. You are just trying. Not that you can really satisfy a woman. So we too think on how to make money.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
just
we
try
get
to
you.
balance. Sure. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think, yeah, thank everybody. It's almost 10. Yeah, thank you for joining us this morning. We didn't finish this topic today because there are some things we need still to clarify. Please quickly join. There's something we want to raise. We will continue this question and we link it to romance next week. Then the next week is the issue now. We want to change the timing of our meeting. We will discuss it on our WhatsApp platform later on today. We are trying to, a lot of people are texting me. I think Mr. David said something about it last week. I didn't ignore. And Mr. Pastor Samson told me about, because lockdown is over everywhere and people are going to work in the morning. So they are trying to let us push it to like around
Black Moses,
maybe
I
don't
don't,
get
I don't
8
mean
p.m. But later on
I
today, I
don't,
will raise it on the platform. So I want everybody.
just 10 seconds or 15 seconds, because you
You said
know,
what?
I mean, just for 10 seconds or 15 seconds,
Yeah,
I'll just
okay.
say this.
Yeah,
Yeah, the in the family, what matters, like what Mrs. Bukola Zekeri said, is the understanding. What I want from a woman is different from what you might want from the woman. Do you get it? So it takes the place of wisdom to understand and come to an agreement and understand. For me, I can do all of the house chores. Not that I don't know how to cook. I can cook, but if I find someone who can, stand in the gap there for me, or how many times I'll just quickly I'll take care of the whole house, and we come to the dining, we eat together. Even if you need me in the kitchen to help you slice the onions, and we do these things. But then if you know that, okay, you are the mama for this house, or you are taking care of our food,
10
and I
seconds.
also know my
10 seconds.
responsibilities, understanding, okay, understanding, agreement.
10
All right.
seconds. We will continue. Next week. Understanding. We will start from this next week. Don't worry. That's why we have the whole of. We have 1 hour. So don't let up. Some people are in the office already. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. I will send the link to everybody later on. Then we will talk about time. We want to shift the time from Thursday, or maybe it's evening, maybe 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. on Thursday or Sunday. We'll talk about it later on our platform. So we'll let you know. So it might not be next week, it might not be 9 a.m. next week, Thursday. It might be 8 p.m. or I shall let you know by the end of today. So thank you, everybody. So the other people can join us. There are a lot of people that are complaining of time. So, and I want us to always attend to people who want to suggest so that Nigeria, you can, like we are saying now, you cannot certify people. If you still change it to 9 p.m., person will go show. So it's not about timing. So but we still want to adjust so that they will not say we are sweet, we are too sweet. So Mr. David wasn't there last week, so they will not say we are too sweet. So we want to adjust for them. So thank you, everybody, and have a good day. Thank you so much. I appreciate Mr. John, Mr. David Dixon, Mrs. Bukola, and Mrs. Bukola Ayeni. Thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful day.
Yeah, good
Thank
morning.
you, everyone.